The digital landscape is rapidly evolving, and traditional security models are struggling to keep up. Enterprises are facing increasingly sophisticated cyber attacks, making it clear that a new approach to cybersecurity is needed. Zero Trust is an innovative security framework that addresses these challenges by eliminating the concept of implicit trust. Instead of assuming that users and devices within the network perimeter are trustworthy, Zero Trust adopts a never trust, always verify approach. This model enhances security by assuming that breaches are inevitable and emphasizes continuous verification for every access request. The traditional security model, often likened to a castle and moat, focuses on protecting the network perimeter. However, this approach is no longer sufficient in today's interconnected world. Zero Trust is not merely a technology, but a comprehensive security framework that requires a shift in mindset. By implementing Zero Trust, organizations can significantly reduce their attack surface and enhance their overall security posture. At the heart of the Zero Trust model lies a fundamental principle: never trust, always verify. This principle challenges the traditional security paradigm of implicit trust, where users and devices within the network were often granted access based on their location or network connection. Zero Trust discards this assumption and instead mandates that every access request, regardless of its origin, must be verified. Imagine a security guard diligently checking the identification of every individual attempting to enter a secure facility. In the context of cybersecurity, this means that every user, device, and application attempting to access sensitive data must undergo rigorous verification before access is granted. By adopting a never trust, always verify approach, organizations can significantly reduce the risk of unauthorized access and data breaches. Even if an attacker manages to breach one layer of security, they will encounter multiple layers of verification, making it significantly more difficult to move laterally within the network or gain access to sensitive data. By continuously verifying access requests, organizations can ensure that only authorized entities can access sensitive data, mitigating the risk of malicious activities. In the realm of Zero Trust, centralized policy and access control serve as the command center, orchestrating and enforcing security measures across the entire digital landscape. This centralized approach ensures that security policies are consistently applied, regardless of the user's location, the device being used, or the application being accessed. Centralized policy management allows organizations to define granular access control rules based on various factors, such as user roles, device security posture, and the sensitivity of the data being accessed. These policies are then enforced consistently across all access points, ensuring that users are only granted the level of access they need to perform their job functions. It simplifies security management by providing a single pane of glass to manage and monitor access control policies. It ensures consistency in policy enforcement, reducing the risk of human error or inconsistencies that can arise from decentralized management. Moreover, it enables organizations to quickly respond to security incidents by modifying policies from a central location, effectively mitigating potential threats. In the Zero Trust model, establishing trustworthy identities for both users and devices is paramount. Robust authentication mechanisms are essential to verify the legitimacy of entities requesting access to sensitive data, ensuring that only authorized personnel can enter the digital domain. Multi-factor authentication, or MFA, is a cornerstone of robust authentication in a Zero Trust environment. MFA requires users to provide multiple forms of authentication, such as something they know like a password, something they have, like a security token, or something they are, like biometric data. This layered approach significantly strengthens security by making it substantially more difficult for attackers to impersonate legitimate users. Device authentication is equally critical, ensuring that only trusted devices can connect to the network and access sensitive data. By verifying the identity and security posture of devices, organizations can mitigate the risk of compromised devices accessing their network. Section 5. Limiting the blast radius. Granular access control with least privilege. The principle of least privilege is a fundamental pillar of the Zero Trust model, emphasizing the importance of granting users and devices only the minimum level of access necessary to perform their authorized tasks. By adhering to this principle, organizations can limit the potential damage of a security breach, effectively containing the blast radius. In a zero-trust environment, granular access control mechanisms are employed to enforce the principle of least privilege. This means that access to data, applications, and resources is granted on a need-to-know basis, determined by factors such as user roles, device security posture, and the sensitivity of the data being accessed. By limiting access privileges, organizations can minimize the potential impact of a security breach. Even if an attacker compromises a user account or device, their access to sensitive data will be restricted, preventing them from causing widespread damage. This approach effectively compartmentalizes data and limits the blast radius of potential attacks. Section 6. Short-lived trust, session-based access and secure communication. In the ever-evolving landscape of cyber threats, Zero Trust adopts a dynamic approach to trust, embracing the concept of short-lived trust through session-based access and secure communication channels. This means that trust is not granted indefinitely, but is established and maintained for the duration of a specific session, enhancing security by minimizing the window of opportunity for attackers. Imagine a temporary access badge granted to a visitor at a secure facility. Similarly, session-based access in a zero-trust environment provides temporary access to resources based on verified identities and contextual information. Once a session ends, access is revoked, requiring users to re-authenticate to regain access. This dynamic approach to access control reduces the risk of unauthorized access from compromised accounts or devices, as the window of opportunity for exploitation is significantly reduced. Secure communication channels are another crucial aspect of session-based access. Section 7. The Watchful Guardian. Continuous monitoring and verification. In the realm of zero trust, vigilance is key. Continuous monitoring and verification act as the watchful guardian, constantly scrutinizing network activity, user behavior, and system logs for any signs of suspicious activity. This proactive approach to security enables organizations to detect and respond to threats in real time, preventing them from escalating into full-blown breaches. Modern security information and event management, or SIEM systems, play a crucial role in continuous monitoring and verification. These systems collect and analyze security data from various sources, such as firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and user behavior analytics tools. By correlating this data, SIEM systems can identify patterns and anomalies that may indicate malicious activity. By proactively identifying and responding to threats, organizations can minimize the impact of security incidents and enhance their overall security resilience. Section 8. Why Zero Trust Matters. A Safer Digital World. In an era defined by interconnectedness and escalating cyber threats, the Zero Trust security model has emerged as a beacon of hope, offering a robust framework for safeguarding sensitive data and navigating the complexities of the digital landscape. Zero Trust matters because it recognizes that the traditional security perimeter is no longer an effective defense against sophisticated cyber attacks. In today's interconnected world, threats can originate from anywhere, at any time. The Zero Trust model acknowledges this reality and adopts a proactive approach to security, assuming that breaches are inevitable and emphasizing continuous verification and risk mitigation. With the rise of cloud computing, mobile devices, and remote work, traditional perimeter-based security models are no longer sufficient. Zero Trust provides a flexible and adaptable framework that can secure access to data and applications regardless of the user's location or device. Section 9. Your Roadmap to Zero Trust. Steps to Implementation. Embarking on the journey to Zero Trust might seem daunting, but it's an achievable goal with a well-defined roadmap. Here are some essential steps to guide your organization's Zero Trust implementation. First, define the Protect surface. Identify your organization's crown jewels, the most critical data, applications, and assets that require the highest level of protection. This will help you prioritize your Zero Trust implementation efforts. Next, map your user base. Understand your users, their roles, and their access needs. This will enable you to implement granular access control policies based on the principle of least privilege. Third, inventory your devices. Maintain a comprehensive inventory of all devices that access your network and data. Implement device authentication mechanisms to ensure that only trusted devices can connect. Fourth, embrace multi-factor authentication. Implement MFA for all users, requiring them to provide multiple forms of authentication to verify their identities. Fifth, segment your network. Divide your network into smaller, isolated segments to limit the blast radius of potential attacks. This will help contain breaches and prevent lateral movement within your network. Sixth, implement micro-segmentation. Take network segmentation to the next level by creating secure zones around individual workloads and applications. This will further restrict lateral movement and minimize the impact of breaches.